As Arctic communities face challenges and changes to the region's climate, world leaders are looking to future generations for solutions.
A group of young Alaskans have emerged to join the conversation with their unique perspectives. KTVA 11 Sierra Starks joins us with one of their stories. Good morning, Sierra.
Good morning. So these ambassadors for change in the Arctic are high school and college students. They hail from all over Alaska, and one of them lives right here in Anchorage. But he could be called an unusual advocate because before he took on the role of youth ambassador, he wasn't exactly a fan of the great outdoors.
You're just driving by, you're like, oh, we have the mountains. But when you're like hiking, you're like, oh, wow, these are the mountains.
In spite of its splendor,
I felt like I'm on top of the world.
It took almost a decade of living in Alaska for Rep Duir to go from just gazing at Alaska's hills and valleys to exploring them.
I was definitely terrified first going out there. I just thought of the worst things that could happen just going out there.
All that changed at 17 years old on his first kayaking trip to Prince William Sound.
And that sort of took away the fear that I had or any misconceptions I had of people who go outside. Looking back at it, it's really cool to see how much I've grown as a person.
Duir says it was the people exploring next to him who turned fear into possibility.
Had one from American Samoa, an African American on the trip, and just being able to see the diversity within the trip and seeing them pursue the outdoors as well made me feel even more comfortable. And it's our first campsite here.
It was a watershed moment, one that would leave Duir wanting more of the outdoors.
We're out in Spencer Glacier. We built about a mile of trail. We went pack rafting and backpacking.
The future of Alaska's public lands will soon be in the hands of young people like Duir. Giving them a voice and getting them engaged have become a priority for the Department of Interior, with a group of Alaskans called the Arctic Youth Ambassadors. In his role, Duir represents not only a younger demographic, but one that's more culturally inclusive.
The vast majority of public lands employees and public lands visitors are white. Diverse students will tell us when they want to do something outdoors is that they don't see it as a place for them because they don't see people who look like them doing these things outdoors, going out in kayaks or in REI catalogs or whatever.
The outdoors is just not for a certain demographic, and that it's for everyone to use.
Fueled with a newfound passion, Duir now works to connect Anchorage's diverse student population with the land he's come to love.
Just being able to bring the knowledge I've accumulated over the past few years doing these trips and being able to share that with students and letting them know that I was in their shoes at one point.
Like, I always feel like once I get to the top, I need to take a selfie. Do you feel that way?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I want to be able to show people what I've done.
Hold on.
And when he's off the clock, just getting outdoors as much as he can is the first step in changing the face of the Alaska outdoors.
Here, if you like it.
To look as diverse as the flora and fauna of the land.
Yes, you do.
It's nice.
So Duir is the son of Sudanese refugees. He says his people live off the land as cultural practice in Sudan, and connecting with the outdoors here is also connecting him with a little bit of his family's home country.
So where can we see this selfie? Not really a selfie if his back was to you. It was more you took a picture of him, we'll say.
A little panorama.
Does he have it up somewhere?
He does.
Can you post it for us?
Yeah, we'll post it on our Facebook page.
And it's very, very cool to see that it did take him a little bit of time but I think like anybody else, I mean, I've always liked the outdoors, but I would never consider myself an outdoorsy person.
Alaskans are intimidating.
They are. The little babies coming up
It is for everybody. An experience, no matter where you come from.
Great.
And eventually it gets addicting and you just can't stop.